consistent. So it kind of like has been pushing my day back a little bit because I haven't been going into the office until hope my my boss ain't listening. I ain't been going into the office until till like noon,
Oh shit!
every
Them
day. Yeah.
8:30 meetings be in the bed. Go ahead.
Oh, they definitely do. So yeah, so it's pushed my day back. So by the time I'm getting home, it's like 7, 6, 7, maybe 8 o'clock. So it's just pushing my day back. But I mean, I'm just glad that I'm pretty consistent. I don't skip leg days, so
That's the most
I
important
definitely
day.
it really is. For a lot of reasons, it's a very important day. We had to make sure that we training our upper body as much as we training our lower body. What is the cracking up for? What's all that?
Sorry. I'm 7 in my brain. So you know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying. But listen, man. Welcome back. Welcome back. BD, the radio show. We live again, fellas. I'm saying I'm your host, James, aka Ralph's favorite, joined by my nearest and dearest, my good brothers, B3 exclamation points. Y'all know what it is. And my man Reggie, straight out of North Philly, aka Bullet, aka Speed and Bullet, aka Mr. You better watch your mouth. You know what I'm saying? But more importantly, we are joined by maybe one person else that's listening to us. We appreciate you, bro. And we putting you on the list as a topic. Just want you to know. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we got to make it spicy. You know what I mean?
Is it gonna be something? Is it gonna be something that's gonna create an argument? We need a ratings boost. So
great,
we gotta
great
create an
segue.
argument.
Great segue. I'm going to jump right down the topic list, right to the point that Reggie made about being an argumentative or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But one person said to us, "Seems like the pod has gone into a bromance. It's a whole lot of agreements and not a lot of disagreeing with one person in particular. We won't name names, but the words they used was, "You gonna bow down to him?" I was loving it. But anyway,
Oh, you gotta get a little more specific.
well,
I
listen,
don't think.
the topic is about the bromance that maybe is perceived from you and Brandon. How do you feel about that?
I mean, if by bromance you mean two black brothers who are of the same sort,
Cook,
then I'll take that.
cook,
I
cook.
mean,
White
yeah,
people
I'll take
have
that.
romances?
I mean, I hope
Not during
not.
it. Not during this month.
Not during this
Yeah.
month. We still got
Not
one more day.
not in this
Right,
month
right,
at
right.
all.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, I think that outside of me and B, I mean, I think we all, and I think I might have said this last month. I mean, last week, or the last pod, that we all of are pretty much of the same sort. I mean, we're not exactly
Yeah.
alike, but
Like
we've had similar life experiences and things of that nature. We are the similar age.
Hang on a second. Hang on a second. I don't know this, but I would probably bet this that I haven't had the Reggie life experiences.
Sure you have.
I
Sure you have.
I
You might remix it a little bit, but sure you have.
I'm gonna say this. I ain't never had no bacon.
I ain't never had 3 rooms of bacon at the same time.
Hey, listen,
But
man.
hang on. Bromance, I looked it up, and the meaning, a close, friendly, but not sexual relationship between 2 men. Let's be clear. Gotta say that, apparently. Let's be clear. The 2 men apparently struck up a bromance while working on the movie set together. I say all that to say, could you see yourselves having a bromance that you could be seen that way? Because they didn't say I had no romance with nobody.
I don't view it that way. I view it as, you know, I'm discovering that there are a lot of things me and Reggie have in common, and it's like, oh, okay, I can relate to that. I can relate to a lot of things Reggie say, and I think vice versa. I'm still just the other day I was stuck on the fact that when we were talking about our rom-com top five rom-com ladies, or I forgot what the top five was, but the fact that he said Rachel McAdams, where I thought she was solely mine, is like still trips me out. Like, yo, that's like, what are you doing? Like, that's all me. Like, what's up with you? But you know,
Nah,
stuff like that.
I feel you. Listen, I'm not mad at it. I get it. You know what I mean? Like Reggie said, I think we are all three like-minded individuals. This isn't an opposing type of perspectives podcast. So, you see what I did there, right?
Yeah, I see what you did. But
Man.
to be clear, if there is a disagreement that's organic, it will happen.
Yeah.
That's why I was a little baffled by the comment, because the person is in a chat with me and James and has seen me and James go at it over random stuff
I wasn't even going to say
numerous times. Like, we argue a lot in this chat, and
Nah, we the same, yo.
I don't know. I get
Listen,
confused
man,
when I hear that.
James. Well, both of y'all actually came at me when I said R. Kelly was our generation's Quincy Jones. Y'all,
Oh yeah, he was
y'all,
right.
yeah. Y'all,
Yeah.
y'all stomped all over me on that one. So I mean, yeah. Listen, we ain't the same. I mean,
yeah. I mean, listen, when crazy takes come out, like
Yeah.
R. Kelly is Quincy Jones, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We probably are going to be on opposite sides of the fence, but like I responded to my
Reggie
man.
Johnson.
Yeah, I saw that. But like I said to my man, like, I think, you know, we do have differences, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we are not extreme on those differences.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's, you know, if it's Michael, Kobe, Bron, we not killing each other over why you feel it's who you feel it is. You probably got a valid argument.
Yeah.
Like, I was watching Gil John the other day, like the most heated arguments that they had. I don't know why, but I love that shit. And they be trashing McCants. I love it. I hate him. Don't hate
He's
him.
annoying.
He's trash. But Brandon Jennings on there, right? And I didn't realize how simple Brandon Jennings was. You know what I'm saying?
He's annoying too.
All right. But Gil go right at him. So they was telling him, McCants and Gil was saying, like, you know, AI was bull. You know what I mean? AI was fastest than the third. And Brandon was like, he not better than Steph Curry. I don't care what you say. And they were trying to say, and then Gil was like, well, if you never played against him, I understand you not really understanding, but let me give you an example of what that means. You put, like, we only was guarding AI. It was like four of us, the whole team guarding AI. Nobody guarding nobody else. And he was still dropping numbers. And he like, man, I ain't trying to hear none of that. You know what I'm saying? And then somebody brought up a clip like, when you drop 55 in the game, they called you the young AI. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That was the
I
only
remember
time
that.
I ever probably agreed with Rashad McCants. But what's legendary is the Miko Grimes joint, where she trashing.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, where's she been? We'll get to it. Well,
I
hold
mean,
on, real quick.
go ahead.
Go ahead, Reggie. No, go ahead, Reggie.
Nah, I was gonna say, sticking to that topic, I kind of agree with Brandon Jennings about Steph Curry being better than AI.
That's pop.
I agree with that. Yeah.
That's
I mean, and I'll tell you why. Why. Obviously, growing up in Philly, a big AI fan. I was an AI fan before he even came to Philly. I went to
Georgetown.
Well, I went to a Villanova game. I actually met Brian Westbrook.
Okay.
He was a freshman at Villanova. I went there on a visit. They took me to a Villanova game. I saw Allen Iverson play. Allen Iverson made this bounce pass, and if you play ball, you realize how difficult this bounce pass was. But he made this bounce pass, a perfect bounce pass from the top of the key all the way down the court to a player. So I was an instant fan, right? So talking about, I got pictures with AI jersey. I got pictures of his high school. I got pictures of me in his high school jersey, right? So I'm a big AI fan.
Right.
How I normally judge these types of comparisons, which they're not really fair comparisons, right? Because they weren't really contemporaries. So what I normally look at is how did you dominate your contemporaries, like the people that you played against, and then I compare your game to how it actually translated. And I think that saying that Steph Curry is a better player, I don't think it's a knock towards Allen Iverson. But if you look at now, I'm not saying that he's like a much better player, like that's not even logical, right? But I think in terms of Steph Curry's his overall game, right? His accolades that he's achieved, if you look at those things, it's really not much of a comparison. Being a four-time champion, two-time MVP, unanimous MVP, things of that nature. It's not. I mean, when you think about that, so now it becomes what's your preference?
Well, you know what? Let me say this to Gil's point. Look at the teams that Steph Curry won those championships with, right? And then look at when they didn't make the playoffs, they took the player off or whatever like that. On the AI team that he led to the finals, he was the only star on the team. Like the other players weren't even stars or average double-digit points, right? He was saying that he doesn't think that Steph Curry would be able to do that. Like take Clay off the team, take Draymond off the team. We already saw what happened when KD wasn't on the team. Can Steph Curry still take them to the chip? He didn't think so. To that, I kind of agree with. Like, I don't think, but it's a different game too.
Yeah,
I mean, but also you gotta look at it like this. I mean, I understand the talent that Steph Curry has around him, but I also think that Steph Curry's game makes it more conducive.
It doesn't take anything away from his game.
No. But I'm explaining.
AI didn't have
no.
Who was his Draymond? George Lynch?
Let me explain how it works, right? So Steph Curry's game is more conducive to having better players around him. Allen Iverson's game was not conducive to that. That's why.
Because when he had Larry Hughes, they was
no. They was decent.
He led the league in assists, but it's not conducive. He led the league in assists.
I can guarantee you, Allen Iverson's never led the league in assists. I can guarantee you that.
He never led the league in assists?
No, sir. No, sir.
Right.
Wait,
but
Wait.
just one other thing. So Steph Curry, has 4 championships. He has 2 of them without KD. What I'm saying is that
is great better than Charles
Barkley? No. We're talking about somebody that hit a shot versus because we talk. I'm going to explain. Let me finish. I mean, you keep throwing stuff out there. The reason why I'm bringing
nothing out there.
Oh, all right. Let me answer your question. The reason why I'm bringing up the chips is how you get a chip matters. If you are the front person, that matters. And if you're Robert Horry hitting a 3 in the corner, Steph Curry was the Finals MVP. So we're not talking about Robert Horry. That's the first thing. The second thing is Steph Curry has won two chips without KD. The other thing is great players can make other players great. And Steph Curry, the way he plays the game of basketball, the way he moves without the ball, the motion that he has that he has without the ball versus with the ball creates an environment that is conducive to better teams. Allen Iverson, unfortunately, played in the era of ISO ball, and that's not conducive to having great teams. So if you look at you're never going to have comparable teams. That's not even something that you can even use as a way to judge something, because nobody has comparable teams. Because you can say you could say Michael Jordan.
Listen. If you got
all
stars on
do you believe that great players the certain type of great players can make other players better? You agree to that, right? So
subscribe to the AI Steph better than AI. I don't subscribe.
I mean, first off, James, you told wait. You told me, and I got the tapes. You said that Kyrie Irving was better than Steph Curry. You're insane. You don't. I need to be able to mute you right now. I need to be able to mute you right now.
Come on. And then I said it was the handles. Now let's not move the goalpost to bring up something that has nothing to do with what we talking about, right?
Wow.
We talking about. I said Brandon Jennings said Steph was better. Now you started with, well, I'm not going to say he's better or whatever. Then you immediately went to why you feel Steph is better than AI.
No,
and that's okay.
No. I
and
said
that's
Steph
okay.
is better. I said Steph is better.
Right.
Outside of your feelings,
okay.
right? Outside of your feelings. No. I'm not just
feelings. I'm just telling you.
No, outside
Steph
of your
had
feelings.
all-star niggas on his team. Niggas that's gonna make the Hall of Fame. How many of them niggas?
He made all-stars.
But
He made all-stars.
What happened when Mark Jackson was there and he coached him for them couple of years? What niggas was he making all-stars then? Who did he make an all-star then? What are you talking about?
What was Draymond? When was Draymond drafted? Since he was an all-star. Come on, man. Like these players. Listen, and we
right.
we
Draymond
know that
is like Tyrone Hill. You're right. You're exactly right.
No, he's not.
Draymond is like Tyrone Hill, George Lynch. Who else? Whatever. What's another one of their forwards that was on the AI team that they went to the chip with? You know what I mean? You're right. Listen.
I don't know.
Let's move on, Brandon. Close this out.
Yeah.
You haven't even responded. You know what I mean? I told you I'm not going to argue with Joe about it. I know that's what they want.
Because there's no art. Because it's really not an argument. It's just your feelings, right? Because there's no metric you can say that AI is better than Steph Curry. There's zero metrics. So it's all about your feelings. Get out your feelings.
It's zero metrics.
No, it's zero metrics. It's zero metrics. Name me a metric. Give me one. Go ahead. Use your brain right there. Give me a metric.
I got you. Like I
said, you can't give me a metric.
I got you.
All right. Thank you.
I got you.
All right. Score one in the bullet category. Actually, two.
Not really.
Actually, two. Because the Kyrie Irving comment was just nasty work. Kyrie Irving is better than Steph Curry after Steph Curry just won.
Curry, that's cool.
No, I know.
I'm not mad at you. You want to know.
I know the game of basketball. I know the game of basketball.
But you ain't never played. So I'm going by the niggas that played.
No.
Two of the niggas that played against that nigga said no, Steph Curry not. You ain't never laced up against AI.
That means nothing.
You might have seen him play and Matt Bryan.
Hold on. That means nothing. That means nothing. That's their opinion. That's their opinion.
And it's your opinion, nigga.
Right.
I only said it because you brought up I played basketball. Well, I'm telling you from a perspective of niggas that played against the man we talking about.
Okay,
so you want to pull that up.
So Brandon Jennings had that perspective. He played too.
He never played against AI.
No.
Against old head AI. He didn't play against AI. He played against old head AI. Denver and no AI.
That's not playing against him. That's not playing against him.
Come on, I think he played against younger AI.
He played against younger AI. You said.
Yeah, I don't. Sure. Well, not younger AI, but
Baron Davis and them AI.
All right,
you played against them, right?
Here's what I'll say.
Go ahead, get your point across.
This is funny because did y'all discuss this? Did y'all produce this? Because it's like, hey, y'all don't.
This is like right on, right?
Right, y'all don't disagree on nothing, and then y'all have this weird disagreement. That's number one. Number two, I think Allen Iverson would tell you that Steph Curry is a better player than him. Allen Iverson loves Steph Curry. I don't. It's a different league, and I think, Steph's just better. He's a better player in this version of the league than AI was in that version of the league.
And he's fared better against his contemporaries. That's all I'm gonna say.
But both great. We love them both. It's fine.
Yeah. All right, get off Google, James, and bring us into something else.
I know James about to say.
he about to say, but
no. I just wanted to pipe down. I wanted to see Brandon Jennings when he played versus AI. Brandon Jennings was drafted in 2009, 2010. AI's last season was 2009, 2010.
Why does that matter? I'm confused on why that matters. Why does that matter?
How many times you gonna say it before I tell you?
Why does
it matter? Let me tell you. Because you forgot when I just said that Brandon Jennings never played against AI.
Okay.
So my point was, remember again, So we're going to drum it right back up. I played basketball, so I'm giving you the basketball. And I say, well, I'm taking my perspective from two guys that played against him and what they said. Then Brandon was like, well, Brandon played against them too. And you like, yeah, he played against them. And I'm saying, no, Brandon Jennings didn't play against AI. So his perspective is not
what you saying, bro. What you saying makes no sense. What? Yeah, what you say? I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why it makes no sense. I'm gonna tell you why it makes no sense.
Please tell.
Because you have people like, I don't know, say like Charles Barkley that has an opinion about players that he's never played against. So that doesn't wait. Listen to me.
Why are we talking about Charles Barkley?
No. The reason why is because I'm giving you an example of just because somebody played against someone does not give them a better perspective. It just gives them their perspective. You have people that say Michael Jordan is the greatest and have never played against him. Have barely even watched him play. So that's not.
And the guys that played against them say the same.
No, this is what happens. The people that you play against, you put them at a higher pedestal because that makes your pedestal higher too. That's what happens a lot. That's why a lot of
the and Rashad McCants is going to give you a biased opinion about anybody in the league.
Why wouldn't they? So you're saying that they wouldn't give you it. You're saying that they would that because they played against them. Because they played against them, you don't think that would be biased?
60 more seconds on this, guys.
I was giving them the floor to tell me why what I'm saying didn't make sense. But
it's fine.
There are.
We got it, bro. That Curry is better than AI as far as you concerned. We get it. You don't got to say it no more. Why are we still here on that? Listen, point one the bullet. I think that's what you need. Point two the bullet. Brandon, close this out, me.
And anybody with two eyeballs.
Yeah, go ahead. You agree. Anybody with two eyeballs, all right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They eyeball is biased, I guess.
They are. Yours is definitely biased.
Oh shit! That is we know.
Man, what AI? The AI send you a drink or something at Fridays or something, man. Like you was really too hype. You really too hype.
Make you the president, nigga.
No, I already told you. Listen, I got more AI jerseys.
Go ahead.
I got more AI jerseys than I have Steph Curry jerseys. I'm not caping for nothing. Nobody. I'm talking about games. I'm talking about the game.
You sound like a white boy that like I got black friends too. But you over here talking about niggas.
No.
You got more AI jerseys.
I ain't caping. Because I'm not caping. Because you're saying I'm caping for somebody that I don't even own their jersey. I'm not a Steph Curry fan. I'm a fan of basketball. I'm a fan of basketball.
Still going.
Can we let the 20-minute?
My bad, James. Go ahead.
Yeah. The 20-minute argument about Steph Curry and AI to start the pod is insane. I just want to say we have listeners who don't give a shit about none of this, and I think we should consider them.
But this is what they want.
No. We have other audiences that
Hold up, B. Nah, let me give you my AI metrics. I got them now.
Please don't. Text it. Please text it. Text it. Listeners, let us know in the comments what you think about Steph and AI, or let us know if you don't give a shit. How are y'all doing? How's the week been? We didn't even go over that.
Now you mute, nigga, right? Now you mute. Go ahead, like
quiet.
Yo, man, you need to relax, man. Take your relax. You're a little too animated.
You the floor.
Yeah, you're a little too animated. You don't have to give me the floor. I can answer a question. I can answer a question.
Meeting after this.
How's my week? Thanks for asking me the question, B.
Brandon,
so
bro,
something wrong with you. Something wrong with you, man. Something wrong with you. Oh, so I'm close to closing on the house. Okay. So tomorrow I go and get the house inspection. So that's kind of like the third kind of step in the process. House inspection, gives me the ability to kind of pull out of the contract. Like I'm under contract right now for the house. But and that I had to drop a bunch of money, which I wasn't really expecting. But in order for them to take the house off the market, so I get it inspected. If there are any issues with the foundation of the house, any issues, then I can renegotiate the price, or I can or they can fix whatever issue it is. So I do that tomorrow. I mean, this is a big deal for me.
That's huge.
I mean, and also a big deal for just for Black people in general. I mean, home ownership is something that us as Black people, we were locked out of home ownership. For so many years, or when we did own homes, they were not giving us the value of those homes. They were appraised at lower prices and things of that nature. So the first step in generational wealth, or just having something to pass on to your kids, really starts with home ownership. So I marked February on my just on my calendar as when I wanted to really kind of push this process. And one of the things that I wanted to do is make sure that everything that I did within this process it involved all Black people. So I was able to really search for a Black mortgage broker, to be able to secure a loan. Obviously, there are some benefits in just in larger, Wells Fargo, and all of the Rocket Mortgage, all of those. There's some value in that. But what I told myself in the beginning of this process was I wanted everything to be Black. So like I said, the first step was finding a Black mortgage broker, which they've been great. They've been excellent partners. I requested. Hold up, they are. Let me make sure I get the name correct. They are
Black contractors too.
Yeah. So what I did was I made sure that I got. They're called. It's funny. They're called Go Magnum Loans. It's kind of like a cringy kind of a name of their mortgage. Mortgage.
I'm with it.
Yeah. Go Magnum Loans. Christian Best is the CEO and the mortgage broker that I've been working with personally. But I requested a Black real estate agent. Once I got really into the process. And I had told the real estate agent, kind of what I was looking for, and also kind of what my where I wanted to kind of like invest my money. So I ended up finding through Facebook and actually through B, a Black house inspector. So B, I absolutely did. And what was kind of interesting is my real estate lady, she sent me maybe about 3 different people who I looked them up and they weren't Black. And that's why I kind of put it out there, because the Facebook community always can kind of give you some some suggestions. And seeing that B had actually worked with that person,
I went to school with him. That's my man from elementary school.
Absolutely. So, those types of connections are just great.
Shout
out Corwin Jackson, Core Inspection Group.
Absolutely. So being able to invest in his company, really, for me, is with it being Black History Month, it's something that I just wanted to do. So obviously I'll keep you guys posted, keep you guys in the loop. But that is a really big accomplishment for me. For my
Reggie.
Appreciate me, for my family. And hopefully it's something that I'm inspiring some of my other family members to to go through this process. Since I've already went through it, I can actually give them some guidance the second time around.
Mm-hmm. I was going to get to this in a political perspective. I didn't know how, but since you brought it up, the house thing, I saw a stat. I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, and it said the average age of a new home buyer is 56 years old, which is insane. Usually, 56 years old, 30-year mortgage, 86, chances are not, or hopefully not working at 86. You like to be living off of some sort of savings or retirement. But
Hmm.
what does that even mean moving forward? If the average person's age of buying a new house is 56, like how does that translate into, as you get older, are you able to keep and maintain that house? I just thought that was crazy. A crazy stat that I saw the other day.
Yeah, no, that is a crazy stat. I mean, they have some, some 15-year loans, but they
Yeah,
come with much higher monthly payments and interest rates.
yeah,
But yeah, that's actually a staggering number.
yeah,
57. I mean, and I'm 46, and you know, I wish that I would have started this process 20 years ago, or,
right.
or
And,
longer.
and
Um,
yeah, not to cut you off, but
but
what I wanted to say was that I know, I think that's what made it more crazy for me is I know people, or yeah, I know people, and I have friends whose parents, they talk about buying houses, and they bought their houses in their 20s. Like I remember my sister, she's 12 years older than me. She was, 22, 23, she bought a house. And it's like, so to knowing people in their 20s who bought houses and hearing that the average age is 56 is just a little mind blowing. But yeah,
yeah, and I think that age probably is high because how many people probably go through their whole life without buying a house?
I was just
yeah,
about to say.
Yeah, yeah. So those people obviously you live to be 80, never bought a house. You're not even in the calculation. So
Just to think
yeah,
to live
that's
at that age, for that to be the age that you prior purchase
yeah,
your house.
yeah. But I mean, I think like most things, and I'm sure you guys do this also, making sure that our kids have a different life experience.
hmm
So
Right.
my daughter, she's been right with me, through this whole process. So as a 15-year-old, she understands and knows the value of home ownership. Um,
hmm
and unfortunately, I didn't get that from my parents as much as they tried to do the right thing and to try to raise me correctly. That just was something that just was not really drilled in. But having a daughter, and having a family, you want to give them a different life perspective. So that's important also.
hmm James, how you been, man? I like the lilac. The lilac, definitely Florida. Um,
You already know, no complaints. Still, still at it. You know what I'm saying? Working the grind. Trying not to have to work on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? That's working
yeah,
out right now. That's working out right now. But next
yeah,
weekend, different story. But other than that, everything good. You know what I mean? Tax season, ready to get the filing for that and shit.
yeah.
How
It
you,
is
bro?
upon us. It is. I'm good, man. I'm good. I can't complain. Um, Last week of the month is always busy for me at the
Yeah, that's
gig,
right.
so I just been working a lot and keeping my head down, focused, and getting through the rest of this month. And looking forward to March. March is Women's History Month, right?
I
True.
believe so.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, that's coming up, and we'll see what happens. But how you think? I wish I could remember her name, but Women's History Month is coming up. But
Shit.
what's her name? What I'm referring to is the lady, the woman who
Hmm.
Steve Smith happened to be rearranging her
What a segue.
IUD.
What a
how,
segue.
how you think she's gonna celebrate Women's History Month?
With a divorce.
With a divorce?
We're getting a
Yeah.
divorce.
So, so for our listeners who don't know, Steve Smith, former NFL player, great player for the Carolina Panthers and the
Facts.
Baltimore Ravens, um, was embroiled or caught in a
What light skinned player can I say he better than? For Reggie.
come
Matter of
on,
fact, go ahead.
oh my God, don't start that. Um, former player Steve Smith, wide receiver for the Carolina Panthers and Baltimore Ravens. It was discovered that he was having an affair with someone I can't remember. I gotta look up her name, but I believe she worked for like the Ravens band.
It was the
So yeah,
Ravens band.
something she did for the
I
Ravens.
mean, I
It
know it
was
was the
like
organization, but the band.
yeah, she did. Yeah, yeah. So you know, Steve Smith being a former player for the Ravens, you know, he has access to whatever events that the Ravens. They probably asked him to
Has
come and do
access to a
stuff.
lot, apparently.
He has access to a lot. They asked him to come do events, and I don't know the origins. No one knows the origins of how he and this woman started hooking up, but they started hooking up, and her husband found out, and last weekend released the text messages, and they were wild to say the least. Some of my favorite messages. I think the one that everyone's talking about is him sending a picture. Stop right here. The picture, it was just like a regular doofy
That
man.
dumbass.
It was a doofy man picture. It was just like, hey, like me with a hat on, like nothing's exactly. His shoulders hunched up to his cheekbones. It just was goofy. So that was weird. And he said, you know, what was the caption? Like he said, like, oh, turn you over and get deep. And she said in response to him, deep is an understatement. And she said, but the message that everyone's going crazy is her saying to him, I thought you were going to rearrange my IUD. Y'all got the messages pulled up?
I do.
Any messages that jump out to y'all, please comment.
I mean, it's you know, sex messages, man. I mean, I'm sure we've all sent them, and maybe some of us have gotten similar responses in return. Maybe some of us haven't.
I got some questions.
All right. What's your questions, James?
All right. So my first question is, I mean, I got a couple, but my first question is, what did Main Man look to accomplish by releasing these Jones on social media? Why not send him to Steve's wife?
I mean, he is, and essentially he is.
Right. She did not see him.
Yeah.
Well, right,
I mean, right. Yeah. I mean, the only thing I can think of is public embarrassment.
Right. It's
public
enough.
Public humiliation because he's
is her, right?
You know what?
Oh,
the boy. Has anybody seen a picture of the husband?
Yeah.
He looked like
he
Steve
looked like
get his
nah.
He don't?
Wait, does he look? Wait, I answered before I understood your full question.
Nah.
What
does he look like Steve Smith could probably pull his joint?
I mean,
I know it's subjective.
I guess, yeah. I mean, Steve Smith, a former NFL player. Yeah, I mean, he got
but his boy kind of noodly looking, or
I couldn't. So the only time, to be fair to him,
shout out to him though.
The only time I saw him was during his crash out. So you don't really look your best in the midst of a crash out.
Right.
So what you're saying, James, is you would not release you wouldn't release the how would you handle that? God forbid that was just
what? Steve Smith, bro. I know. Now, let's talk about what we're gonna do now that I know. Because, bro, I could, end it all. I could end everything for you right now and release it. Or, because I'm gonna divorce her and you're gonna get it. You can give me a couple $, we keep it quiet. You know what I mean? Because I'm distraught after this. You did. I'm terrible. You know what I mean?
But you think you think
for a minute.
You think that, but I mean, does Steve Smith seem like the person that would respond to that type of threat? He seemed like he with the shits a little bit. He might be like, fuck out of here.
Well, then,
I mean,
okay, well, it's Steve Smith. We doing a twist, and I'm contacting a lawyer that's like, yo, can I get something for this? Because I'm distraught now. My marriage is over. You know what I'm saying?
so
they
so
got-
wait. So it was, so you said it was a nut move to release it, but now you gonna sue the man that was sleeping with your wife? You gonna sue him? Come on, man. You gonna sue him for pain
I
and suffer?
gotta get some out of
Oh
this.
my god!
I
Oh my
got
god!
to.
James is
Oh
on
my
his
god,
Denzel.
man!
James
He
is
gonna
on.
he gonna give you a signed Steve Smith jersey and put that next to your AI jersey.
But listen, I hope Boy wasn't like Tony the closer, who was actually a fan of Meek Mill and found out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nasty word. Yeah,
So
nasty.
James is on his he leaving with something. He like Denzel. Reggie, how would you handle that?
I mean,
If you see your wife texting Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa, talking about
Oh,
oh my god, man.
talking about it felt you were deep as an understatement.
Listen, man. I mean, listen, man. I would probably need many years of therapy. Like many years of therapy. Like to read something like that from your wife, man, that's rough.
how long they
I mean,
been
that's rough. I don't even think it matters, man.
It
I mean, yeah, it don't matter, man.
married?
Like,
No, I'm saying when I say that, like, if it was just a year within the first couple of years, I mean, yeah, it's still a hurtful thing, but it's like that shit was still new. You should have known she was kind of like that, but whatever. But if y'all been together for 10 years, that's gonna hurt a little more than in the first couple years.
I mean, I think
I
that
would be crushed
yeah.
by some dumbass text like that. From Jalen Hurts. Now listen, I'm gonna keep it all the way at being with you. If I saw that shit,
A new definition of the tush push.
oh, listen, I might shed a tear when I see this. But the next, listen, again, I'm going back to I gotta get something out of this. Like, babe, look, it's probably over. It's probably over because I probably can't never get over this. Like Reggie, I'm gonna need that therapy, right?
Yeah.
But I need a bag, yo.
She was saying a lot. She was saying a lot in those messages. If I'm not looking at them, but I'm just remembering the ones that I saw. Her saying,
right?
yeah, she was going crazy talking about stadium full of people. All I see is you, right? I love when you come inside of me. She was going.
Oh my
God. It was wild. It was wild, man.
For a much weaker man, they ending it all, yo. When they see that,
listen, that's like
none inside me. Oh.
Listen, man, that's the equivalent of like walking in on your chick. Like it's the equivalent of it. No, I mean because it's like it's a difference between like in some kind of weird way you find out your chick is cheating.
Wait, no, you're wrong.
But now. You're right. It's close to it, right? It's close, not equivalent. Definitely an equivalent, right? It's close to it because you now you have to kind of measure your manhood, right? So if it's just all right, she cheated, like, but to have like to read this stuff, like,
hold up,
wait, I gotta read.
But Steve Smith, he is at a higher tier. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if it's just the average boy, yeah, I'm definitely checking myself. Like, damn, I thought I was the man, whatever.
No. Wait, James, have you read the text?
Not all of them, but
okay. So wait. It's a different. I don't care if Steve Smith is a dude next door, right? When your chick is talking about, I would have gagged on it, but I had to come home. Like, I don't like it don't matter at that point. It don't matter. It could be Steve Smith. It could be Steve, whoever. When your chick is talking like that,
can't read all that, bro. Listen, can't read all that, and I can't put all that out there for everybody else to see unless I get a bag. So hold on. Let me ask you both. I don't think we really answered the question. What's the first thing you gonna do when you get that proof and you see the text messages?
Probably, I don't know, figure out how to get my stomach out of knots.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
I mean,
After you,
What's my first actionable
what's your
thing?
first action? Yeah.
If I see I would have gagged on it, but I had to come home to this sorry ass nigga.
You gonna grab the burner?
Nah, I don't even know.
Find her
I
and
don't
Steve
even.
Smith.
I don't even know. It's. I don't know. That's tough to process. That's tough to
Ooh.
process.
There's no right answer because it's like,
Listen,
you
go get
know,
Peter Guns for the Cheater Show. Like
You
you can
know
get a
what,
bag
though?
off
nah, man, that's nutty.
Initially, I wouldn't know what to do.
releasing all the Jordans.
So here's what I would say. Initially, I wouldn't know what to do, but after further examination of those messages, I think I would have determined like, oh, they really into each other. She said to him, "Stadium full of people, and all I see is you." Like that's like I'm into you. And the selfie, he was calling her in the message. He was calling her babe or bae. It's like they in a whole relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, all right. It's like, all right. Well, this is done. It's done, right? It's done. Y'all ever see some crazy shit in the girl phone that y'all was dealing with?
Not like that. But go ahead, Reggie. What's your first actionable move?
I mean, so I'm gonna take this. The first thing I'll probably do is
I'm glad you're still with us.
I would definitely cry like a 12-year-old, man. I mean, it would be. I mean, the next thing I would call up a couple of my homies, and we gonna go sing.
Yo, yeah, right? That's what I'm calling Steve Smith, like, bro.
No, I'm not calling you. No. I'm not giving you no heads up.
Wait a minute, how you gonna know where he at? You just gonna find him?
We're gonna find him. Yeah, we're gonna find him, and then we're gonna
be like, "Bae, drop your location. I'm on my way."
Listen, man, and when he come out the crib, we're gonna tune him up.
You trashing? You might trash.
You can't beat the guy up. You can't beat the guy up.
I can beat the guy up if he's Steve Smith and y'all work together. Nah, bro. Nah, he ain't no rando. Nah, I mean, go somewhere else. Yeah, go somewhere else.
But the game is the game.
Actually, the game is kind of not the game because that game is unfair. Like that game is unfair. Like they put Steve Smith's lifetime earnings of 130 million. The game ain't the same. I'll be lucky if I got $30 in my account.
The game is huge.
The game ain't the same, man. Like, so it's nothing I can do but get some get back. I get some get back.
Here's the crazy question: what if she wasn't even doing it for the money?
She probably wasn't.
It don't seem like she was.
No. She just fell in love with Steve Smith, and this Negro did the same. He fell in love with Boy White. I gotta see what Steve Smith's wife looked like. She a bad John?
I don't know. That's the person who, out of all, I haven't seen. She hasn't said
Steve Smith's son said some stuff. He came out.
Say?
I assume I didn't see it, but they said because Steve Smith's gotten a lot of hate, so his son was responding to the hate. But all right, let me ask you this, Reggie: what if it was Jalen Hurts and we just won the Super Bowl and you find out? Is you going to tune up our quarterback?
Yeah. Unfortunately, Kenny Pick is the new starting quarterback. I mean, I'm doing Tanya Harding. Like, we taking out your knees, bro. Like, nah.
Damn, you trying to end his career too?
Yeah, I'm trying to end this career. Nah, we not doing that.
You can't beat the dude up. The dude is just
no. It matters because of who this dude is. If it's just the average Joe, I'm gonna chalk it to the game. Nah, I mean,
our Super Bowl quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, still, man, you gotta get it, man. Like if you on celebrity status, man, like you gotta go somewhere else with that, man. You can't.
What if it was R. Kelly?
Oh my God!
Come on, man.
Oh, what if it was Steph Curry? My bad. Go ahead.
Please. No, don't. That name is.
I'm not even going to respond, man. But I will say Steve Smith's wife the picture that I have of her,
She a baddie?
She's not
No,
my type. Yeah, she's not my type.
no
She's
bacon.
like she's like uh she's like Spanish. She like Spanish. It looks like.
But she not a good looking John.
I mean, it's on, but she look like older Spanish.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That
I mean,
might be what it is, because the
but
John
yeah,
young.
yeah, but Steve Smith not. Steve Smith is not young, right? He gotta be. He gotta
No,
be.
he's not young. He
Yeah,
like
he
our
gotta
age,
be. Yeah, yeah, he gotta be.
or close in that same area. In his
Yeah.
40s, gotta be.
Right.
Damn.
So I mean, she.
Nicole Martinez is the woman's name who he was having an affair with.
Oh, she's
Well,
Spanish too.
Yeah.
Boy, that's her married. let's close this out.
Yes, please.
Yeah, prayers to everybody involved. Shout out Tony Martinez, Nicole Martinez, Steve Smith. You know, I hope y'all get that resolved. That's pretty
He's
wild.
bad in this, John, though.
Huh?
He kind of bad in this situation, though. It's a bad John.
Oh no, listen, man. Steve Smith's DMs just got crazy. Like that's the best advertisement you could get.
1000%. Hold on, real quick.
What?
Good point bringing that up, Reggie. Before we get off this topic, I did see a lot of that on Twitter. A bunch of women saying how they needed their IUD rearranged.
Yeah.
So
right.
yeah,
So,
she the guy Tony, he actually threw Steve Smith an alley-oop, if you know.
Film the last touchdown pass of his career.
Exactly. Like, there you go,
but Tony about to get his stock about to go up, right? That sympathy, you know. No,
he not an IUD tech.
It's not going down.
Right.
You know what I mean?
IUD boy.
Yeah. Obviously, he ain't measuring up.
Shout out to them, man.
Yeah, that's wow. Wild story. Wild story.
You dumb as shit.
Wild story.
Brandon, what we got on the topic?
I was looking at the topics, and I didn't add this topic, but I had a question. Is grown folks' business still the same? What does that mean?
That was a topic that I added. Remember when you were a kid and your parents or the older people would be like, stay out of grown folks' business. Or it's grown folks, this grown folks talking, so you know what I mean, go away. And I asked that because we're in this age now where it's like, seem like people are unfiltered with their children.
I agree.
People. So does grown folks' business still exist? Like, it was in some cases to like shield us from certain things that our young minds wouldn't be able to process or understand, and some to just get us the fuck out the room. You know what I'm saying? Do you think that still is the same today, or there is no more grown folks business like that? We're gonna talk about it, mom. We're gonna talk about it, whatever.
It's a good question. I don't think it's to the level it once was. I don't think that kids have that. I don't think they have the same healthy respect or fear that they once had for their parents. Kids now tell you, like, you hit me, I'm calling CPS, so do what you want to do. So I don't. No, I think kids now feel entitled to know. They want to know shit, and I think that parents do overshare with their kids. So I definitely don't think it's the same. What you think, Reggie?
I think that parents are younger, and I think that I think that dynamic, these kids that are having children young, they're still kids, and they don't even really have grown folk business. Yeah. I mean, so I think that generationally, that's kind of out the window. Like I said, parents are not, from what I can see, a lot of younger parents, and probably some parents our age, are not really, they're parenting as friends and almost as as almost equals. But I think a lot of it is because they're really not that far apart in age.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think I was dating a chick years ago. She was 32 and was a grandma, right? So she had a daughter at 16, and her daughter had a son at 16. So 32 as a grandparent, that's not granny.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So if they're in a household, it's not gonna come with that extra layer of maturity that age just brings on you. So I mean, I think the whole grown folks thing, I think is out the window. I also think that because of social media and kids' exposure, that like B said, they almost feel kind of entitled to this information. I remember when I was a kid, when they would be like some type of like sex scene on a movie, my mom would cover my eyes. like my mom would cover my eyes. You know, I'd be trying to look through her fingers, but my mom would cover my eyes. You know,
I had to go upstairs when Purple Rain was being played on HBO at the sex scene. It took me years to finally watch it to see what I was missing. And they're crazy.
Yeah, crazy. You know, so that I think that layer of maturity, you know, but also the world that we live in is just it's so much available information that kids are gonna get that. You know, kids are gonna get that anyway. You know, but like I said, it's just more so. I think age has something to do with it also.
So
you know what's crazy? Oh, real quick. You know what else is crazy? The kids now be having grown folks business. I recently, this was a couple months ago, I was at a middle school football game, right? Middle school football game. And cheerleaders was there. And you know, where the spectators were, you could kind of hear conversation. Like they just let you kind of walk up and down the sideline. So I was walking up down sideline, the game was going on. I happened to be near the cheerleaders, and this one cheerleader who was an eighth grader was talking to a friend of hers who wasn't a cheerleader. She was just at the game. So apparently they were dating or talking to the same boy, and the cheerleader was having a conversation with her friend that was way too adult. Like it made me walk away. She was saying how you like him still, telling her friend, it's clear you still like him, and I'm cool on him, and I told him, you know, I'm good, and if anything, we could just be friends with benefits. And I said, wait a God, exactly, Reggie. That I made that face you just made and walked away because what the hell are you talking about?
Where's their parents
At 13, you and him could just be friends and friends with benefits.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, so the kids have have grown folks business that I don't know if we actually saw we would be if we saw the kids' phones we wouldn't be able to handle it.
So that's a question that I wanted to ask you, both of you guys. Do you go through your kids' phone?
My wife does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I can't. You do?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, well, Reggie, what is she? 15, Reggie now?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, I mean, shit. My daughter 12, and like she's still like 12. You know what I'm saying? I do think that there is an air of sneaky about her too, though. But like I know, you know, I'm dreading it this time that's coming up. Like what Reggie is talking about, like going through the phone, seeing stuff. But she knows you go through the phone though, right, Reggie?
Yeah, oh yeah. I go like I go through the phone with her standing in front of me.
Right.
Yeah, I go through the phone with her standing in front of me. I mean, and it's something that I've been doing for years. You know, I come from the era. I mean, y'all know Miss Ann. I come from the era, and we don't even close doors around here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, keep that fucking door open, right? You know, so that's how I was parented, and that's how I parent my kid.
So it's
you
still
know, I got
house anyway.
Yeah, it's. I mean, It's definitely grown folk business, and I also feel like it's important to have boundaries and important to to have separation. And I tell my daughter all the time, like, you're not dating, like, until some little nigga can pull up here with a card and a credit card. You ain't dating nobody, because you can't be dating and I'm dating, and we ain't doing the same thing. Like, you ain't going out to dinner, you ain't going on nobody's crib, you ain't dating. I don't know what the fuck you doing, but it ain't not dating.
Now she's 15, Reggie, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't think you handicapping her from the experience she needs, so when she get to be 18, 19, 20, she has some type of reference to,
That's a
you
perspective.
know, to, because when she get out there, the wolves are going to be out when they old enough to have a credit card, and they could tell that she's going to be green.
I mean, so I can only give her instruction, right? She ultimately decides who she wants to be. So I mean, and this is when I had those conversations with her, it's more of boundary setting, right? As opposed to, you can't do XYZ. I don't really have the power to stop her from doing anything. At 15, you kind of have some level of independence.
Right.
So I can't really like stop her, right? I mean, but I do make her understand that it's a difference between being an adult and a child. You're still a child. So let's make sure that we keep things in perspective. The same way I say, you're not going to know Anthony in 2 years, especially if you go to Spelman and he's still at Chick-fil-A. Like, I mean, like yes, all day long. But I mean, yeah, but that's more so just creating a boundary. Now, me and my daughter, we have an excellent, great relationship. She tells me everything. She overshares. She overshares. So she ain't like a landman. Oh, no, we ain't doing that. Nah, I mean, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. Y'all better be doing some Bible studying.
Right.
Yeah, but like I said, it's about creating boundaries, because these are the lessons that she needs to take with her moving forward in life. So even when she has a child, that she understands that there is a level of grown folk business. Kind of bringing it back to what James said. There is a level of grown folk business. So, but I don't know if I'm handicapping her, because she still has the independence, and she still has the the experience of being a teenager. I just know that there's a certain message that I want to give her.
All right. Yeah. So here's a question. She 15, right? She just turned 15, or is she about to be 16?
She turned 15 in December.
Okay. Just turned 15 not too long ago. Hey, Dad, this is your daughter. Hey, Dad, such and such from school. I like this boy. Can he come over and watch the movie with us?
That was last week.
Oh, okay. All right.
No.
Okay. No.
No. However, if y'all would like to go somewhere, I'll take y'all. Mm-hmm. Right? If y'all would like to go to the movies, okay, I'll take y'all. Like, you don't need to be hanging at his house. He damn sure ain't hanging at my house. And I got 17 cameras everywhere. But still because there's a. Are
you chilling with us too?
I mean, if it's a bar in there, they can go into the movies with a bar in there. I'm gonna be at the bar.
Oh, right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you're not gonna be in the movie with us.
I mean, unless it's a movie that I want to see. I mean, but no, most likely I'm gonna be at the bar. I mean, so that's kind of like a remix for me. Being like, if she acts, because she acts something, she acts to go to his house for something. He has amazing grandma. He has a grandma, which made me feel comfortable. Yeah. His mom, dad, I met them, so I mean, they decent people. But a 15-year-old boy is a 15-year-old boy. Right. But yeah, that's to me, that's the remix. No, y'all can't come over here and chill. But if y'all want to go somewhere, I'll be happy to take y'all somewhere. I don't have no problem with that.
James, how you gonna handle that?
Well, listen, Reggie has given me some good ideas.
I mean, but like B said, I mean, I can't be like fuck out of here,
No,
like
I know,
and mean it and actually live like that, right? Because she's not gonna have any type of social development, or
yeah, no,
anything
you're
like
right.
that.
I'm taking y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna take y'all. I'm probably gonna go into movies with y'all. I'm not gonna sit right behind y'all, but yeah, I'll see y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's what it'll be. Me and her mom will alternate. I'm not gonna like it, and young boy gonna know I'm not gonna like it, depending on what shade he is. He not gonna he gonna know.
No, we're not doing that.
Oh my
No,
god!
I'm
Oh
just
my
We're
god!
I'm just saying, you know where I'm at. I'm not in
Right.
Philly no more. So if I was in Philly, the likelihood of it being one
Okay.
shade, you know what I'm saying? But down
Mm.
here, who knows, man? Fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna say it, but go ahead.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying now?
I understand what you're saying. Yeah,
I got a question, James.
Here go Reggie. He about to get to me. Go ahead.
If it's your son, are you paying for the hotel room?
I plead the fifth as my testimony may incriminate me.
Dad, I'm trying to get my Steve Smith on.
Right.
Yo,
God.
what her mom look like?
Try to get my.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. So, that is interesting. So, the follow up to that, I see hypocrisy as a parenting style. Do as I say, not as I do.
I mean,
Is that something? How do you feel about that?
I get it. I think
So you are a do as I say, not as I do parent.
well, if you catch me doing it, okay, that's what I'm saying. All right.
I mean,
well, listen, and correct me if I'm wrong. There are some aspects of our lives as adults that we do shield from our children,
Mm-hmm.
right? For whatever reason, whether it be just because it's like, you know what I mean, they don't need to see this shit, or because they really just don't need to see this because of whatever. But if they catch me doing it, so like for instance, if I'm Neo, all right,
Okay.
and my kids and my young boys see what it is, right? Do I tell him like
He got four new moms. Got it.
like listen, this is some adult stuff. I don't want you to just assume that this is the way to go, because this is not, might not be for you. All right. Do as I say, not as I do. That's an extreme example, but you feel what I mean on that.
yeah, I mean, I kind of, so this is more for you, James. Like you be legal in Boston, right?
Facts.
Your kid, he want to blow trees, right?
That's a good
He
example.
yeah. So I mean,
How old we talking?
14.
14. There you
No, nigga, you ain't blowing trees.
So wait. So are you telling him, because we talk about the hypocrisy? Are you telling him that he shouldn't, because it's not why? I mean, so what's the message besides no? Because no is like, but my dad, but you do it.
I'm not just saying no to him. I'm gonna give him reasons why. Of course, first of all, your money shouldn't be spent there. Right now, you should be focusing on your schoolwork and being on point in that regard. So think about the times that you're probably doing this, because you're not doing it at home. So that means you're doing it on the times that you're outside of the home, which are, i.e., before school or during school or right after school. Those times should probably be spent on school, not blowing. You know what I'm saying? Like your lifestyle is not conducive to be able to blow. Don't try to be like, you know what I mean? All right. Not right now.
But
Not yet.
But your lifestyle is conducive to
But at 14, I wasn't blowing.
No,
I wasn't blowing at 14. I ain't start blowing until like my for real blowing.
I'm listening
I
because
mean,
we know why you got kicked out of the 11th grade. So
yeah, but so I was like, really, then to be honest with you, you know what? It was probably my 14th, 15th year. Now that I think about it,
right,
I was 14 in ninth grade. You know what I'm
right. So
saying?
yeah, so I mean,
Listen,
and
if you got
hey,
some gas,
hey,
roll that shit up.
at least you're not a hypocrite. No, listen, man.
Definitely not.
Listen, man. I've seen, unfortunately, in my circle. I'm not gonna put nobody out there, but I've seen parents blow trees with their teenage kids, and
I don't think that's crazy.
I don't. I mean, listen. Let me say this, and I want you to finish, Reggie. I got a few friends that I grew up with that their mom let us blow in the crib. What she would say is, I would rather you be in here than
Right.
be out there. And
Yeah.
I understood that. You know what I'm saying? My mom, and I used to think to
I
myself,
mean,
if my mom would just smoke one with me one time, the whole world would make sense.
I mean, I'm gonna say for me, it was a very kind of cringy scenario, right? And I've heard that phrase. I personally think it's a bit of a cop out, and I think it's a bit of a I don't really want to parent. Now, I'm not putting nobody out there, but I think it's I really don't want to do the hard part of parenting, because you can say that about anything. You can say, "I'd rather have you,
Have you having sex in the crib.
right, have sex in the crib or drink alcohol in the crib." You can say that about any
And
behavior.
parents that do that.
I do, and I think, like I said, I think it's a bit of a cop out,
I get it.
because for me, I think that there should be some type of boundaries. Now we still just be, and this is the thing, just because you smoke in the crib, don't mean you ain't gonna smoke in somebody else's crib.
Right.
It don't mean you're not gonna smoke somewhere else on the corner.
Facts.
Right. So just saying, oh, I'd rather have you do it here, that doesn't mean that you're gonna exclusively do it here either.
No, but it does at least make you feel more
Does
like,
it?
well, because listen,
No, it makes you feel like you've kind of done your part, right?
no, I'm
But
not
you,
talking about the
but
parent. I'm talking about the kid. Because like when it's cold as shit outside, oh, I know I can smoke in the crib. You know what I mean? That's probably keeping the child in the house on that type of vibe. But
I'm gonna say maybe. I mean, but there's no way to really measure that, right?
right.
There's no. I mean, so I think it's for the parent. I think it's more for the parents, peace of mind,
I agree.
versus actually being a deterrent.
Right.
I don't think that it would. I don't think that it would be a very it's not a very good deterrent to me. So if it's not, then it makes it seem like you just don't want to do the hard part of parenting, to me.
I think that as the parent, it gives you maybe a false sense, but I would feel like my kid would be willing to share more information about their life.
I hear
Because I
I get
think a
that.
lot of kids worry about making mistakes and their parents freaking out about their life mistakes, right?
Mhm.
Or just life experiences.
that. Period.
So if this is a thing that, I can't have eyes on you 24 hours a day because I work and whatever, and you're old enough to maneuver around the world a little bit, you can make your own way home from school. You can, and you do stuff. I'm not going to have eyes on you 24 hours. And if you want to smoke, it's very possible for you to do it without me knowing.
Facts.
So, I mean, no, it's not ideal, but yeah, do it here in the house.
I get
You
that.
don't, opposed to out there with your friends where it's questionable where they got it from and all types of things.
You bring up a
Yeah,
great
absolutely. Mhm.
you bring up a great point because as I'm sitting here listening to you, I thought of another reason why I would probably tell my son not to smoke it. Like you said, you don't know where shit coming from. You a novice to this, little nigga. That's
Right.
number one. I've been smoking. You looking at me like I've been smoking for a long time. So you know what I mean? I'm a vet to this. You don't even know how it's gonna have you. You just on some, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? You just on some your friends doing it type shit. And I worry and think about those times because I was an impressionable young man. However, I think my children have a little more leadership qualities than I think I did at their age. But it's coming, man. I just want to be here to see it. That's all.
Yeah.
What, Reggie?
Why
Go
you
ahead.
shaking your head? Right.
Listen, man, 'cause it ain't easy. All I'm gonna say, it ain't easy. Nah, I mean, it ain't easy. I got one, and it's Lord have mercy.
I feel that.
So pray for me. I'm praying for
Always,
you.
always.
I'm praying
Both
for you,
y'all.
brother.
So wait, we got some mature topics on here. So we have another one. Does your more older moral compass determine existing relationships with friends whose are a direct contradiction to yours?
I was in my bag, yo.
You was. I was just about to give you a compliment. Like James came with some topics.
I ain't even gonna hold you. Like sometimes I'll be watching Joe Budden's podcast, right? And I think of like things within what they're talking about. Or I just be watching, and you know, Boston Legal all the time for me a lot. So I mean, I'll be
Right.
in my bag, but it just made me think about like, you know, people that are probably morally different than you. Does that, as you grow older, your moral compass changes, right? For the most part. Does that affect your relationships? I mean, of course, new relationships likely, but long-standing relationships that you have, does that affect it? Like, you know, your man beat his girl.
Right. Yeah, it absolutely does. It's definitely something that as you get older and you have friends that grew up with, and you could just see where you don't feel like they are maturing in the manner that they should. It puts you in a position because you can't really entertain it because you don't believe in the stuff that they into. So it's definitely a hard thing to um navigate, especially if it's a friend you have for years and years.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
It's like
Yeah.
you can't like cut the friend off. You can, but
Is that
I don't
fucked
know.
up to do?
Yeah, you
I
can't cut the
mean,
friend off, but you could definitely change your interaction with them, right?
So I think for me, I probably have already went through that purge many years ago.
how
So
long?
probably as I got out of my 20s,
Oh
um,
shit.
people that wasn't on the frequency, they just naturally kind of just faded off.
Right.
Now I do know that my kind of friend circle is what I think is a little unique, because I think the older you get, the less likely you are to like make friends, right? Like, what do you like? How does that? It's not how like, see, you're in your 40s, right? You ain't
Right.
you're not
You're not looking for friends.
right.
Yeah.
So it's normally, if you do develop a friendly relationship that turns into friends, it's because y'all have already kind of connected on something that you had in common. All right, we
Right.
might have met somewhere, we might have went to the same bar, something like that. But like for me, kind of like, when I was in my 20s, my friends were the friends I grew up with. But once I started kind of navigating through my 20s, and I started playing, ball, playing in leagues all over the city. Then those folks kind of became a part of like my circle. So I got a lot of
Right.
people, but then at some point you stop playing ball, right?
Right.
And those folks kind of fade off a little bit. And then
Right.
going into my 30s, I joined my motorcycle club, and that created a different a different friend group. I will say that for me, it's very difficult because of my bike club to really I don't want to say be judgy, right? But like in our circle, it's kind of like you know, come as you are, right? It's a very, very liberal circle, where you're gonna have people that are like one of my very good friends, Lefty. He's a doctor, right? He's in a bike club, right? So it's all up and down the spectrum, from the people that hustle to do all kinds of crazy stuff. So that means that I kind of, not to say that I'm kind of like immune to like people and their behaviors, but it's a very interesting question for me, because I will tell you that probably not in my immediate circle of my
That's what
bike
I was about
friends,
to say.
but throughout our community, which is a large community. I know some people that
But they
probably
associate.
aren't yeah, they're associates, but
Right. And I listen, and I
yeah.
just used the guy beating the girl reference, but I mean, there are a lot of things like guys that deal with young Jones. You know what I'm saying? That in our,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, do you
So I
clip them?
wouldn't. I probably would. Like, so like if it was somebody in my bike club that was known to like abuse women, and when I say abuse, I mean like physically abuse, right?
Yeah.
I would not associate with that person.
What if it was
That
one of your homies, Reggie, that you grew up with, right? And
mm-hmm.
we've all been like have friends that was a little rough with Day Jones, right? And probably like, you know what I mean? Like this, him and his girl always go at it. They fight each other, right? Now we older now. You know what I'm saying? And typically when you get older, things change. So you move in different circles. So some of the people that you grew up with, while you may still be in contact with them, you're not necessarily moving in the same circle. So it's a little easier to distance yourself, right? But like in the case where these people are still your friends, like you've likely had a conversation at some point with them, like, yo, you need to relax, whatever. They not changing. Is the thing to do to like, yo, I gotta let you go because you kind of toxic for my life. You know
I
what I'm
would.
saying?
I mean, I would for my own reason, because I grew up in a household I grew up in an abusive household, right? So for me, that would be probably that, and maybe something weird with a kid or something like that,
Right.
or
Yeah.
dealing with a underage young lady would be just non-starters for me. But like if somebody is fighting a chick or whatever, I can't bang with that, and I actually ended a friendship because of that. I actually ended the friendship because of that. I mean, because I couldn't I couldn't I really couldn't see past it. Right. And that a lot of that is just my own, my own triggering moments of having to witness that. But nah, that's something that I couldn't do.
But that's a part
I
of your
couldn't.
morals and
Yeah.
values too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't even know what I was thinking of, that made me come to that, but I had just thought about it. You know what I mean? I just wanted, like I said, wanted to hear you guys.
But it's an interesting question. I mean, even going back to kind of what we talked about maybe a couple weeks ago, James, about you hanging out with only married couples. Like there's a reason, because that type of maybe single behavior is just not what you need in your circle.
Right.
So I mean, I hope that that as you get older, you're you're more comfortable in kind of ending things that aren't working for you.
All right, that's not suiting.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. What, James? What's happening with 50 Cent and Big Meech? What is this?
Reggie,
I seen a little bit about it, a little bit.
I mean, I just seen a little bit about it. Just
I mean,
tell our audience what's happening.
so okay, so Big Meech came home, and when he came home, he was seen. He had a picture with Rick Ross, And like 50 Cent immediately like clipped this young boy, Lil Meech, clipped the show and everything, right? Put it on social media and everything. And apparently Rick Ross gave him a bag. He was in need of a bag because now the reports are saying that Big Meech is broke and he need bread. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because Tony Yayo said something on the Vlad interview. He was like, he was with Big Meech. They was around him when they was cool. And Big Meech said, Lil Baby came around and he ain't give me no money. Like he was looking for that. You know what I
He was
mean?
looking. Okay.
Think maybe times have changed. You know what I'm saying? They used to do stuff like that. But uh is 50 like is he warranted for the way he feels?
How does he feel?
Well, like I said, I think he feels like he's betrayed a little bit because, like I said, Big Meech came home. He took the picture with Ross. I don't fuck with Ross, right?
Right.
So you take the picture with Ross. Next thing you know, 50 puts up a post of a message from Lil Meech, and his caption is like, "Well, you fucked up, Lil." You know what I mean? Because it's over. You know what I mean?
Right.
Ain't no because Lil Meech must have texted him, and the message was like, "That shit ain't about nothing. My dad just was getting a bag or something. We would just needed that until the next season start filming." He was
Hmm.
like, "Ain't no next season, nigga. That's it." Next up, the Tammy Cowan story. Now,
So my question is, why wouldn't Big Meech get money
the bag
from
from
Little
50.
Meech? Yeah.
From Lil Meech. Well, apparently, Lil Meech don't got the bag no more.
What kind of bag was he looking for?
What kind of bag was I don't know. Whatever bag he was looking for. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't getting it. And maybe he didn't ask right to get it from 50. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know, man. We talking about Big Meech. He was born in that 2000 run. You know what I'm saying? The streets is different, I'm guessing.
I think that's why I'm confused. I feel like, Big Meech is well known
Right?
throughout the community. Him getting out, I feel like it would have been a lot of opportunities for him to get a bag.
You would think so. Listen, they were
That's what
going
I'm
to do the
saying.
show. Boozy, all of them was lined up for the show. They were doing the show for free. And likely he was going to get the proceeds from the show. 50 got
Mm.
that shit shut down.
Yeah, I mean, and I think he didn't really know or didn't realize the pettiness of 50 Cent too,
Right.
right?
He
And
underestimated.
yeah, he underestimated it,
Yeah.
which is odd
Yeah.
because
His
50
sense
Cent
of told
is
him.
he is about as petty as they come,
Right.
right? He just is. So I mean, I think it's I mean,
Reggie,
I think
do you feel like a call was at least in order before getting it back from Ross? A courtesy call.
uh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
mean, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I
At
mean,
the
and
very least.
yeah, at the very least, because I mean, we we could have probably laughed about it.
Right.
Why I'm getting this back?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Now I mean, like, and sometimes even and probably in some world, 50 Cent would have been okay with that. Would have
You
been
think
like,
so?
yeah, I
All
think
right.
so. I think if it would have ended up being a situation where he could have possibly turned around and maybe spun it to embarrass Ross in some kind of way,
Right. Right.
right?
Right.
He would take he would take that, and they could
I,
have probably maybe did something a little diabolical, right?
you're right. 50 is
Yeah,
that
I
guy.
mean, yeah, 50's that guy. So
He's that guy.
I think he would have took that if you'd have came to him like, yo, this is what we gonna do. Now we're gonna take this nigga bread. We're gonna do X, Y, Z.
Right.
I'm dead serious. Like,
No, you're right.
50
You're
might be
right.
okay with that. So, but yeah, I mean, you definitely you definitely cannot be, you cannot be friends with the op. I mean, you just can't. Like, you can't be friends with the ops. I mean,
Son should have told him, like, Pop, No, you can't get that bag from Ross. I don't care how much Ross giving you. That bag off limits.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. So what I thought about was remember when Jay Prince set up the concert with Drake and Kanye for Larry Hoover? He could have did a benefit concert, sold some merch, and got that could have been arranged with 50. I don't know who he would have got on the bill, but I think people would have showed up. I know Ross got the song "Digging Big Meech," Larry Hoover. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
maybe he just went with, all right, this guy he idolizes me or whatever. He respect what I've done, so let me go to him. But yeah, no, it should have been more thought put into that because you got to recognize the position that 50 put your son in,
Right.
um to at least, like you can't be obtuse to 50 Cent and Rick Ross having friction.
Right. Right. And then your son having connection with 50. It was an amateur move. I mean, you
Now,
gotta move.
that's how I feel, but to shoot Big Me some bail, if you used to being a boss and moving how you move,
Right.
you might not care about none of that shit. And I'm just moving how I'm moving, but
There's some.
this
Could
ain't
be.
that.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're right. I mean, there may be a world where I don't give a fuck about 50.
Right,
Know what I mean? That's my son shit over there on that side.
right.
He ain't. I mean, and especially like, I mean, the his legend is legendary.
Right. You're right.
Right? His legend is legendary.
But a couple things. Number one, we watched the show. The show never portrayed him as a really gangster ass bull, but he handled it. He handled his business, right? To Reggie's point, his legend is legendary, right? But 50 did pull your son up, get him to acting classes, put him in a show, had him the star. He's not the best actor, but that could parlay into other stars roles, HBO Max Jones, you know what I'm saying? And now 50 done clipped all that. And Ross don't got the bag like Fifth.
No. No,
Oh, well.
No, that's true. Yeah. Hopefully they figure that out because I do. Well, next season is the last season for the show anyway, right? Scheduled.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that coming back.
Raising
DMF.
Kanan about to come back on. I'm looking
Raising
forward to
Kanan is about to come back. Raising Kanan is coming back. What else did I have here? All right. So another hot topic that's been going on this week, music. Rolling Stone is the best show. They know exactly what buttons to push to get people heated. Any magazine publication put out a list and we go crazy. All right. So
right.
Rolling Stone put out a list which I think is a great concept. It is the worst songs on great albums. And the one that seems to have everyone in an uproar is that they have Lady in My Life at number 20 on this list off of Thriller. I'm going to save my opinion for last. I want to hear what you guys think about Lady in My Life being a terrible song on a great album.
I'm pulling up the album so I can look at the track list just so I can remember.
So let me say this. Let me say this. Lady in My Life is actually my favorite Michael Jackson song.
Oh wow. Shit.
It's my favorite Michael Jackson song. It's one of the few songs where I feel like Michael Jackson actually like sings a ballad, and it's a song that I remember just hearing as a kid. Here is an original. I don't know if y'all can see that.
Let's go.
Original.
I got that in the garage. OG
from '84. This belongs to my mom and dad back when they used to write their names inside the album. See on there. I don't know if y'all guys can see it, but it says Ann and Nate. Ann and Nate. My mom and dad. This is OG, right? OG Thriller album. So I'm totally biased, right? I'm totally biased. When I read it, I was like, come on, right? I'm like, because it is my favorite Michael Jackson song. So I mean, I think that it's a very interesting. I'm gonna say it's an interesting list, right? I think it's an interesting list. Like the worst song on the best album, it makes you kind of get into your really kind of get into your bag and really kind of like James is doing, go through the track list. I went through the track list and I don't really think it's a disrespect because Thriller is one of the best albums ever. So Thriller is one of those albums. I mean, I'm looking at it. Want to Be Starting Something, Baby Be Mine, The Girl Is Mine, Thriller, Beat It, Billie Jean, Human Nature, PYT, and The Lady in My Life, right? Every song on there is a banger.
But if you had to choose one song to take off, obviously you wouldn't take Lady of My Life off because that's your favorite Michael Jackson song. But if you had to take one off, Reggie, what one song would you take off of Thriller?
This is horrible. It's horrible.
No judgment. I'm pushing you there.
No, I am going to judge. I'll throw this.
Listen, B is definitely going to judge me. So I'm going to take The Girl Is Mine off because it's a duet with Paul McCartney and it's Black History Month. So it got to go.
Not bad. Not bad.
Mad at it. Not
bad. Not bad.
Although it's a good song, right?
It is a great song.
But and I don't even really think until I went through the track list, I knew Thriller was a great album, but I really did not. It didn't really like kind of hit me how every song on there is a banger. Yeah. Like there's no song on there that's not a hit.
Yeah.
So like I said, when B first put it up, I felt almost like insulted a little bit, right? However,
that's a crazy pause if you want to be immature, but I'm gonna let it rock. When B first put it up, I felt insulted.
I felt insulted because that's my favorite song. Favorite Michael Jackson song, not favorite song off Thriller. My favorite Michael Jackson song, and I felt like I was being personally attacked,
being attacked.
But the worst of the best is still one of the best. So
that's our top 5 too. I'm just letting y'all know, y'all top 5 terrible songs on great albums because I thought this concept was great. So get to thinking about this in the back.
Think about that,
or you don't have to have a top 5.
But now, B,
pretty hard. But go ahead.
What's the song you taking off?
I'm asking you first.
Oh, you want to ask me first? I like Reggie's "Girl Is Mine." Oh, shit. Fuck. That's tough. That's tough.
Very tough.
That's tough. You know what? Because when I heard someone say "Lady of My Life," I was like, wait a minute, I thought that was the shit. And when I listened to them, I'm like, yo, this was my shit, right? Like, Baby Be Mine. I'll take that off. But everything that would be the one song I take off. I mean, I like Reggie's, but not to copy off of what Reggie said. I'll go with Baby Be Mine because I was thinking Want to Be Starting Something, but it's like, no, you can't take that off. PYT, you can't take that off. Beat It, Billie Jean, fuck. You know what I mean? Later in my life should be off. So all right, what you got?
So when I first saw this, it was
wait, I got one more thing. I'm just reading the credits produced by Quincy Jones.
Right, the whole album. Right.
We know that. Quincy was bull. R is not quite that.
The better real quick, the better con for Quincy Jones is Diddy. Without the
I get that. Yeah.
sex shit.
Mm-hmm.
But so no, when I first saw this, it was interesting to me because it really made me analyze how I consume Thriller, that album. So for me, to give you my quick answer, Lady in My Life would be the song I would take off if I had to, because, and I see the common answer is Baby Be Mine or the girl.
Shit, it is?
The common answer I've seen from the socials is Baby Be Mine or Girl Is Mine. And for me, I think those two songs in sequence, the track 2 and track 3 on the album, are too important to the overall theme of the actual album.
Oh, B, hold up. Yo,
yeah.
Shout out to everybody listening. We appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all tune in, like, follow, and subscribe. Y'all gonna catch the rest of this. Not like it's a Patreon, but it's like a Patreon. Catch us on the other side. Salute. We appreciate y'all. Go ahead, B.
Good stuff. The sequencing of that album, track 2 and 3, Baby Be Mine, The Girl Is Mine, right? I feel like those two songs are married so perfectly together, listening to the album, that you need them both. Also, the next song is Thriller. Now, Thriller is not a song about a woman if you just listen to it, but Thriller, I don't consume that as a song. It's a song you consume with the video, and in the video, he's walking down the street trying to get the girl, or he's on a date with the girl and they're walking down the street. It's about a girl. Or the opening scene is, he's asking the girl to be his, and then he turns to the werewolf. So thematically, I can't take Baby Be Mine or The Girl Is Mine off. And the album is, from that point, it's just such a roller coaster, from Thriller and the visuals to that, and Billie Jean, the next song, the visuals to that, Beat It is just different. And throw you a complete curveball with Human Nature, and PYT is just, the vocal performance on PYT was insane. That's definitely not coming off that. I feel like that song deserved. It didn't win a Grammy. I feel like that vocal performance on PYT is insane. I could have a whole podcast about that. So for me, while Lady in My Life is a great R&B ballad, and I do appreciate where it is, it mellows you out. It takes you, it's like the end of the roller coaster where it's like, all right, I'm getting to the end of the roller coaster. I if I had to take a song off, it would be that one.
So I have now that you actually did an amazing breakdown of the album, Thriller actually doesn't fit the album at all.
As far as a song, no.
Yeah, it doesn't fit the album at all. So if there was a song that needed to come off, it probably was Thriller.
Yeah.
Because as a song, Thriller is really in a, and we all saw the premiere of the video, and like it was Thriller was a movement of its own.
And all
yes. Thriller was a movement of its own. When Michael Jackson was premiering videos on network TV, that was amazing. Thriller was really it was a unique song, absolutely unique. But really, it really didn't really fit the album. Now that you kind of broke it down,
right?
That's just interesting.
I agree. I think,
Go ahead, Jay.
I was just going to say, but I think the three songs, Thriller, Beat It, and Billie Jean, were all their own song. So for me, while Thriller didn't follow the theme, I think those two songs were like standalones as well, which is why Thriller kind of like all right, you know what I'm saying? It's another like major hit. Like these two other songs are major hits. So yeah, it rocks. But I feel what you're saying.
So B, do you know if the single sequence was Thriller the first single off the album? Do you know?
Beat It.
So
The
Beat
Girl
It
Is
was the
Mine.
first single.
No.
Oh, The Girl Is Mine was the first single.
Oh,
Girl Is Mine.
snap.
Oh,
Yeah.
snap.
Because it's like you got Michael Jackson, Paul McCartney.
Right.
You know, you throw them out
Wow.
there. It's like, oh wow, right? That's that whole
Was
thing.
that first B? Say, or Girl Is Mine?
Say was after.
Okay.
Interesting.
But yeah. So, and to your point, Reggie, about Thriller, you know, the song originally being Starlight and having a whole completely different theme. Like if you can go on. They recently released it to streaming services. They released a Thriller 40-year-old anniversary a couple years ago, and they put the original recording to Thriller, and it was called Starlight, and it was about positivity. It was a whole different theme, and they didn't feel like that was daring enough for the album. So Rod Temperton, they changed it up or whatever. But that I just thought that was interesting. And again, I appreciate Rolling Stone for
Yeah.
the topic, and I see why people are outraged, because I know a lot of people who really revere Lady in My Life. Like it's a lot of mostly women. That's their favorite, one of their favorite Michael Jackson songs. So to say like, oh, a terrible song on a great album, you know, sensationalize the words for the clicks or whatever. But
Yeah, right.
definitely not a
So-
terrible song at all.
So I'm looking at you know, some history of the Thriller album. It has 7 singles that charted. That's an unreal number.
7 out of
singles
9.
that 7 singles that charted.
Listen, when you started to go through the track listing, Reggie, that's what I thought about. I'm thinking about like all these were singles.
Right. And The Lady in My Life was not one of the singles that charted.
Lady in My Life and Baby Be Mine was the other.
Yep. And Thriller was the last single release of the album. Over a year after the album was released.
If y'all got time, watch.
I mean, that's amazing.
Watch the Thriller documentary on Paramount. It was really good. It was really good.
I didn't know what was going on there.
No, it's great. It tells you how Thriller was released and how, you know, he did the video for Thriller and contacted John Landis, and how the sales after that just skyrocketed and went through the roof. It talks about, you know, Michael Jackson getting MTV to play black artists. It's really it's really.
So Thriller is actually what made the album go as far as it
insane.
did.
Yeah, the video.
You know what's crazy? You know, I be forgetting shit, but until I looked up the track list, and I forgot that Beat It and Billie Jean were on Thriller. Like, I don't know what I was thinking before. Like, they were on an album before that, because when you think of Thriller, you think of Thriller, right? But I forgot that these two, Beat It, Billie Jean, major songs, major singles. Him doing Billie Jean in the moonwalk on the award, right? Like, I forgot about that. That's crazy, yo. And like you said, Reggie, a year later, this was released, and boom.
Last thing on the greatness of Thriller, it won a Grammy for best pop vocal, best rock vocal, and best R&B vocal. So it's insane for one album.
It didn't win for the video.
I don't think they were doing videos at that time.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, but I don't think the Grammy was recognizing music videos at that time. That was great. What we got next? Let's see. So what y'all watching? I see. I know we're heavy into Paradise. I know, Reggie, you didn't start that yet. You haven't turned your TV on in a month and a half. So I guess this is me and James ISO.
It's gonna be great for you, Reggie, when you start watching it, because the next episode ain't until like March 4th, right? So when I saw the last
wait, I'm wrong. I did watch Paradise. I did watch Paradise. Yeah, I did. I forgot all that. Now that you said the next episode is about, I have watched it. Yeah, I
Okay,
have
this
watched
is
it. Yeah.
good. This is
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah,
So I think
yeah,
James,
yeah.
they come out every Tuesday. Don't get tricked. March 4th
Okay.
is only
Yeah.
Tuesday.
I know, but last night when I saw the end, and I'm thinking the next episode up. I'm like,
Right, right.
All right, I got
So,
you. I got you. I got you.
so I think it's interesting because again, we're talking about Paradise on Hulu with Sterling K. Brown. I won't say everyone, but it's a lot of people watching and reacting to this show. It's a really, really, really good show. Um, and the last episode 7 was immaculate. It was a great episode of TV. I watched it twice. It was so good it made me watch the first 6 episodes again just to make sure I didn't miss
but you didn't miss nothing.
anything. It was really good. Like, wait, this is insane. Um, so yeah, Paradise. We're on that, and it's just so many ways or thoughts. So it's an 8 episode season. So next week's episode is the final
Right. It has to
episode
be
of the
you.
season. It has been renewed for season 2. And where episode 7 left us with a bunch of questions.
Spoiler alert if you ain't watching.
Spoiler alert.
I'm about to take
Long
out.
story long story short, our main character is living in a world that is not the world that we know today. He thought he lost his wife in the previous world, and now he's confronted the mastermind of this underground world, and he's about to expose her and kill her and everything. But she's like, I can help you find your wife. She's not dead.
So B, you know where I'm at with it. Like, I don't trust Sinatra. And I'm surprised that, and I understand out of desperation, you know, there is some level of hope. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? But she'd have caught the leg shot from the rip, run them tapes, right? We not playing no games because I don't even know if I believe that my wife's still alive.
So the main villain, the villain, Sinatra is her name, is her alias.
Oh,
Samantha is her name, Sinatra is her alias. And she is in a pickle. Our Sterling K. Brown, Xavier, he's going to get her out of here. You lied to us. You are manipulating us in this underground world. You got to go. I'm going to shoot you. She says to him, I can help you find your wife.
hold up,
But
B.
she
Tell them
makes
how she does it. Don't leave that part out.
she plays an audio of his wife in the world that he thought was no longer accessible, and she kidnapped his daughter.
Super relaxed with the burner in her face. What? I can't
So,
trust nothing with you, lady.
so, um, yeah. So, yeah, that's the pickle she's in, and oh, the debate is should he trust her that she's going to give him access to his wife and give his daughter back? She made a bunch of demands. Basically, she wants control back of the underground world because he kind of took over the world. Uh, and she wants control back, and she's made a list of demands on the promise of I'll give you your daughter back and I'll help you find your wife. So, do we trust her or not, James?
No.
Not
Now,
at all.
I'm going to tell you why real fast. Number one, she is the woman that created a world, a fake
Hmm.
world. She has all these people they're under, like, they don't even realize that this shit is fake. How can I trust someone that put this plan in motion based off her own emotion, trauma, and shit that she was dealing with?
Right.
And she was too cool for me. Too cool with the burner. Like, what? You don't think I'm gonna hit you? Bah! Get this one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't want to spoil it too much. I mean, we did talk a lot about it.
I
It's
know. I'm
episode
sorry. I can't
7.
wait.
Episode. I appreciate James saying that because we had to coerce James to get into the show. He's like, "Yo, this is not my type of show." It's like, "No, James,
Yo,
fuck that."
before I
Yes, it
even watched
is.
it, B, I'm telling you all the shows that I don't really bang
Right. Like,
with.
yeah. I don't like, dystopian world shows. Like, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Listen, that's cute. You watching this shit here.
And I'm so glad I did.
Yeah. But yeah, no. So yeah, not gonna spoil it too much. I mean, we did spoil a lot, but it's a great show. Watch it. You got to see all the. We did tell you what's going on, but you got to watch the whole backstory and get caught up before March 4th, so you can check out the
we gonna
season
spoil
finale.
the fuck out of it.
Right? Yeah, we gonna have a crazy pause deep dive next week on how the first season ends. Another show that we watched that was really good was Zero Day.
Yes.
Zero Day with Robert De Niro and
Angela
Jesse
Bassett.
Plemons and Angela Bassett. Different theme. Robert De Niro's a president, and they're dealing with a cyber attack.
Former president
Dealing with a cyber attack that and they're trying to find out who's responsible for the cyber attack that killed these people. The people that well, the domestic terrorists that did do the cyber attack is also threatening that it's going to happen again. So
Reggie, you
that was
saw
a
this?
Nah, Reggie ain't watched it.
Oh, that's right. My bad.
Are y'all done?
Wait a minute. Hold up.
But
Real fast.
Go ahead.
Zero Day. To me, it was good. There was a moment that I was like, I'm feeling, you know what I'm saying? But I'll say the last couple of episodes.
Yeah. They turned up. Yeah,
Definitely.
it started out good. It kept you interested. It got kind of iffy, but the end of episode 5 and the last episode 6, they turned up and saved it. It was a great show. It's a good watch. I feel like I needed to watch Zero Day either a month before Paradise or after Paradise, because Paradise is just so like crazy. Yeah. But those are good watches. If we got listeners out here who don't know what to watch, check out those two shows. Where are we at on time?
We had the 2 hours. Before we move on to the next, I gotta say somebody got something going on with their audio. You know what I mean? Like their background here, some little interference. But why does in every scene Robert De Niro got the face? No matter what they tell him, like, yo, we about to expose all this, your love child and all like that. He just looking like, yeah, okay. Yo, your daughter, you know what I mean? He like, all right. The whole time, yo. I thought that was so funny. But all right, what we got?
I want to get to the political perspective.
Let's get it. The PP.
So I had to add this. I know, Reggie, this is where you shine, but I do want you to start with Trump selling USA subscriptions, gold cards, not a green card, but gold cards for $5 million to illegals. Please give us your thoughts on that.
So when I first saw it, it seemed absolutely ridiculous. Until I realized, until I did just a little deep dive into it, and apparently the United States is not the only country that sells green cards.
Okay.
There's a process where if you are a business investor and you invest a small amount, I think it's like $1 million into some type of business that employs 10 people, previously you will be given a green card as a special type of investor. And I think the average person does not really understand how complex immigration is across the board. But the United States they're not the only country that actually does kind of parlay business interests into citizenship. And I thought it was fascinating. I mean, and some of the other countries that actually participate in this kind of selling of citizenship is the UK, Canada. There's there's quite a few countries that Spain, Greece. I'm looking at the list: Spain, Greece, Australia, Italy. They all have a process that if you invest in the country, you can pretty much purchase citizenship. However, I think that just that type of idea on how citizenship is granted in this country lets you know that um, everything is for sale, and it's about the highest bidder. And what's so kind of like disheartening is that those folks who have the ability to invest $1 million, $5 million in order to gain citizenship are not the people who need citizenship. You're I mean, if you can invest $1 million into something, I mean, you're almost considered like a multinational corporation,
Right.
where you have business interests in different parts of the world. When we think about immigration, we think about people who come to the United States, with little to nothing, or just in search of a better opportunity. Because that's really what the country was really built on.
Right.
Was people coming to the United States because they were persecuted, because they had issues wherever they were at. And the United States has, they within our immigration policy, we're supposed to embrace that. But like I said, it was more disheartening to know that other countries you can buy citizenship, and and people who are trying to come here and do better for themselves, they don't have that ability, to purchase a citizenship. So it's kind of jacked up, definitely jacked up. Everything's for the highest bidder.
So
I
do you
think
buy the green cards, and then if you have the money to purchase green cards, do you buy a few and then you just make them work it off? I mean, I was just thinking, like, as we going back to that, because I mean,
Listen, man. Immigration is like it's like taxes, right? You ever hear like rich people know the loopholes?
yeah,
Like the people that know the loopholes, they can get into this country with no problems.
right.
They're all kinds of different. But what's the disheartening part is someone like Trump is only gonna respect those loopholes that are from white dominated countries.
Right.
That list of countries that I listed, they're all from Europe, right? These are not people who are from South America, from Africa. These are an attempt to make a white country whiter. That's what that is. So it's just like I said, it's just very very disheartening. But yeah, immigration is it's like so many loopholes. If you got money, you can find a loophole.
Yeah, I think for me, when I first saw it, it was such a shock. And, the natural reaction is to, this is crazy, this is insane. But if you work past that and ask yourself, why do you feel like this is crazy or insane? So I'm glad that you shared that other countries do that. They do sell memberships to their country. It's just I don't have the information to know why it's so crazy for the United States to do it, but I know it's just such a shock because it's not something we already know the process. You come here and seek, refuge and salvation, and uh you can work here, and as long as you work hard and you can have a great life in America, right? Um so to now go from that to, hey, $5 million, you in, baby. Like, what's up? As long as you ain't crazy, you in.
Get you to the
Right.
front of the line.
Exactly. It's just such a shock and different information from what we always knew. But I mean, do we trust Big T to do his thinking was we sell 10 and we sell not 10, we sell a million, we got $5 trillion, right? And if we sell 10 million, we got $50 trillion, and the national debt is 30 trillion. Do I think Trump is going to get access to $1 and give it to the debt? No. Or attribute it to the debt? No, but whatever. That's the talk.
No.
Anything
Yeah.
else?
So even
go ahead.
yeah. So even with his plan, so Congress, um, Congress pretty much creates the parameters that you can use in order to, let's say, purchase citizenship. So it goes through
Okay.
Congress. So Trump is proposing that this gold card does not go through the normal process, through Congress. So this would be something that would be an executive order that would be separate from the process. So the process now, like I said, is Congress holds that process. So Congress holds the process for immigration across the board. The president can only make executive orders on immigration. Congress has to pass laws, which means that once Trump is out of office, the next person can come in and just say we're not doing that anymore. But Congress has to pass law in order for it to be law. Difference between executive order and law. So Trump is trying to circumvent that process so it can just kind of be a Trump process, which means that Trump would be the person to create the parameters of citizenship. I mean, it probably would be challenged in court because he could make up how whatever kind of reason he's going to allow someone to be a citizen. He'll have the ability to create the reason, and the reason could be because there outside of the payment there are special kind of provisions that you have to do, and Trump could just be like, just cut me the check.
Right, cut me the check.
Cut me the check. Cut me the check. You don't even need to know who George Washington was. Like, just cut me the check. I mean, so that's just an interesting kind of way that Trump has kind of operated his presidency. Has been to go to take different routes around everything. Like, Trump is not doing anything direct. Which is kind of odd when you think about it, because the Republicans, they control the House and the Congress, so he has the votes to do whatever. But he's not interested in even working with people. He's just like, I'm going to just force it down. We ain't even voting. I don't even need to hear your opinion. I'm King Trump. This is it. So that's interesting. So I want to just transition to these blackout boycotts that's going on. You have
I did hear about that.
Yeah, so you got Target that's being boycotted.
Is that today or tomorrow?
So it's supposed to be tomorrow, the 28th. It's supposed to be a blackout day, to not support these large corporations that have been scaling back, their diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. So I personally will be participating. I don't support these companies anyway, for that reason. And this is for me is beyond one day. Now I am trying to figure out how am I going to navigate through life without Amazon? Like, I've been able to do it without Target and Walmart. I'm just being honest. I've been able to do it without Target and Walmart. But without Amazon, right now I've got like 57 items in my cart that I don't know what to do. I've been trying, but it's the convenience of Amazon is just very difficult to get away from. So that's something that everybody should be looking out for, to support those movements. And what those movements are supposed to accomplish is letting these corporations know that their decisions will, can affect their bottom line, and even if their sales are down for a day, this lets them know that this type of movement, if it's more widespread, could really have a negative effect on their businesses. I think Target, uh, their sales are down 10%.
Yeah,
So
I did see that.
their sales are down. So I mean, there is power in boycott. It's just that we have to make sure that people understand why we're doing this, and also what to look for in terms of like actual measurables. But I also wanted to shout out Costco, because Costco, they like most large corporations, they were faced with having to vote on whether or not they would dismantle their DEI, policies and processes within their corporation, and their board of directors, overwhelmingly, something like 98% of them, voted to keep all of their DEI practices. I
Wow.
think that's where I'm probably going to be, doing my shopping, and they, and it hasn't, and this is the thing, it hasn't come with, it's came with pressure from, I think it's something like 18 or 19 states have sued Costco, for discrimination. They're saying that, based on the Supreme Court's ruling on affirmative action, that they're that it's illegal to have any type of programs that focus on any specific group. So
Right.
they've been sued, in 19 states, and they are still standing firm that these are their principles, that they believe in it, and they're not going to be bullied, or they're not going to change course based on who's in office. So I mean that's a shout out, to Costco for having the resolve to be able to not fold like so many other companies have. That they just folded, from the pressure.
Yeah.
So I mean, there are ways that you can, that you can stay true to your principles, and not be bullied by Trump, or anyone. So I definitely wanted to shout out Costco for supporting, continue to support diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact about Costco's return policy: they will accept everything back. As long as you have the receipt, you could have a carton of milk. And they still make half gallons in a carton. I dated myself, but you could drink half the milk and be like, the milk went bad, and take that shit right back. They will take the return.
I like it.
Interesting. Always like to throw something funny out with my political perspective. There is a movement towards, Trump's birthday being turned into a national holiday. So, so keep that on your radar.
Mm-hmm.
That may be something that's gonna be proposed. To turn Trump's birthday, which, I don't even know when Trump's birthday is.
Right. I was about to
But
ask you, do you know?
nah, I
Listen,
have no
crazy
idea.
shit like that don't bother me, because it's like, if you the bull, if you can't do this, hey, what's the use? I pardon my homies. You know what I'm saying? Bring my homies in. And yeah, we're gonna make listen, I feel that. I would make
Yeah,
my
nah.
joint a national birthday too. And y'all can get off on my birthday. I'm gonna give y'all that.
Well, June 14th, is his birthday. So
Oh,
if
son,
that
I
if
never
it
gonna
just so
forget.
happens.
That's the day my mom's birthday is the next day. My mom and her twin
Okay.
sister.
Oh, nice.
He's a Gemini.
Gemini. I get along with them. Another air sign. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
All right. So we got a top 5 this week.
Mm-mm.
Y'all not ready for it?
Come on, give it to me.
I told you what it was. The
Oh,
top
that's
5.
what it is?
You're not ready for it? All right, we'll do something else. We'll do something else. That's a tough one. That is a tough one.
Yeah, because I just had to think about it. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to give y'all a whole bunch of 5 rap albums with the trash songs on the rap albums. Like
Yeah.
Chic Luke song, When We Are the Streets, that joint was ass. They need to take that off. Like, fuck with me.
All right. I got one that's not on the list. I don't know
What you
if we
got, big?
did this before, but top 5 Black History Month, Black rom-coms.
Okay. I like that. We ain't do that.
What you got, Reggie?
Rom-coms. Give me an example of a rom-com.
The one with Kevin Hart. Think Like a Man. That's a rom-com.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not going to call Love Jones a rom-com, but I wouldn't be mad if you put it in because there is Bill Bellamy.
Yeah, Bill Bellamy's role was kind of comedic.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't
not
put
a
that in there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to say for me, my number 1 is going to be Boomerang. Right. My number 1 is going to be Boomerang.
Yeah.
Yeah, that has to be my number 1.
You going in order, Reggie?
I might only have one. I mean, I'm like I might only have one.
Hold up. I tell you what. B, you go because Reggie, it'll jar your to be thinking about other rom-coms.
Okay, all right.
Because I know you know some Johns that like, oh yeah, that's mine.
Absolutely. Man, 5 is such a hard is a hard number to narrow down to because once I start thinking about them, it's a lot of rom-coms. Blacks that now me, Reggie, our bromance, Boomerang is definitely number 1 for me.
I'm with that. I'm not number 1, I think, but I'm with it.
Movie is special to me. I watched it countless times. I saw it in the movie theater at an age I was way too young to see it in the movie theater, but it's top number 1. Number 2 for me, probably Brown Sugar. Yeah, I love that movie. I love that movie. Number 3, another Tay Diggs special, The Wood.
Shit.
Classic.
That's a pause-worthy name for
it is.
movie.
It absolutely is. But love that movie. A movie, another number 4. I don't know if it's number 4, but I can't leave it out. This movie is hard to just find unless you you have all the streaming services, and this next movie is not anywhere that you don't have to pay. The Inkwell.
Oh, the Inkwell. Oh my God. Inkwell.
Can't find that movie.
I forgot about the Inkwell.
It's easy to forget about because they don't put it on TV a lot, and you can't just access it quickly to go, hey, I want to watch this.
And it is rom-com-y.
It is. It
actually is the definition of rom-com.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it really is. It definitely is.
And number 5 for me, love this movie. Hilarious. 2 can play that game.
Yes. Okay. That was a great one. All right. I don't know if I can go in order. Matter of fact, I guess I can. I think Boomerang, consensus.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's any rom-com that could go over Boomerang. Eddie Murphy, his genius, whatever. I'm gonna go with Best Man.
Mm-hmm.
I think at this point there's no particular order, but Best Man, I gotta go Brown Sugar. Maybe I'm gonna go in order. Brown Sugar number 2.
Mm-hmm.
I love Sanaa Lathan, of course. You know that,
bro.
You know. I said Best Man. Best Man. And Why Did I Get Married? Because I was going to say Best Man and Best Man 2. I do like Best Man 2, but top 5-ish. I'm going to leave second one out. Why Did I Get Married? And then for my last one, it's funny because I originally thought the breakup with Vince Vaughn, But then I remember you saying we got to be Black history.
No, that's listen. We'll do that next month for Women's History because the breakup is.
What is my last rom? Because I looked up some of these joints. A lot of these joints aren't rom-coms that they put in. They just black love movies. So I'm gonna go with Two Can Play That Game Like You Be. I think that was a classic.
Yeah,
like that was a great movie.
Yeah,
I love movies where they break the third wall and they talk to you and stuff. So great.
Yeah, that was one of the great ones where they did that. Vivica in that movie was A++.
Yeah, only better role, Soul Food
for Vivica.
For Vivica, yeah.
Okay, I'm not mad at it.
The other one, the one with Queen Latifah, what was that? Set It Off. That was good too. That was very good. But
I'm not mad at it.
Soul Food might have been her best role.
Yeah.
All right, Reggie, what you got?
So yeah, I mean, so I've seen a bunch of like black love movies, right?
Right.
So I was thinking like, what movie actually that I actually laughed in the movie, right? And it probably would have to be a movie that it probably had to be a movie that had comedians in it, right? But then I started to think like, what if there was some type of relationship thread in there? That maybe it was. So once I thought about that, the movie I thought about second is, I can't really call it black, but Hitch with Will Smith.
That's a black rom-com.
He's clearly black. He's clearly black. And Ava Mendes, clearly Spanish. Remember her from Training Day.
We absolutely.
I think she only said two words. Two words in Training Day. That was it. But yeah, so I'm gonna go Boomerang. I'm gonna go Hitch. And my third is gonna be a movie called The Photograph. It came out maybe about 2 or 3 years ago.
I remember that.
Yeah, Lakeith Stanfield and Issa
That's
Rae.
a rom-com?
Yeah.
I mean, I laughed. I laughed. Yeah. But also it had a comedian in it, Lil Rel in it.
Okay.
Right. So he's always gonna have some funny moments. Brown Sugar, like definitely Brown Sugar.
Yeah.
I think any movie with Sanaa Lathan is gonna be a hit. Yeah, it's gonna be a hit. It's definitely gonna be a hit. So that's 4. I saw Save the Last Dance on there. But I ain't gonna but I think the last one that I had was Mo Money. That was the last one I had. Mo Money.
That's a good one.
Classic. Mo Money.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I don't even think about Mo Money, y'all.
I ain't think about it either. That's a good one. Stacey Dash. That's a good one.
Prime Stacey Dash too.
Yeah, that was a good one. That's a good answer. I like that. I like that, Reggie.
And shout out to the Wayans for winning the
absolutely
award.
Absolutely. That's big time. That's
getting that recognition.
I got a question for y'all.
Shoot.
Lark Voorhees or Stacey Dash?
Yes.
Right, it was a yes or no question, right?
Yes, like what are you talking
about? Listen, I'm gonna say prime Stacey Dash over Lark Voorhees, and I love me some Lark Voorhees.
So when I compare these two, I think of, and this is
so you compared them before. You've compared them before.
No, but I haven't. But your question made me think of the 2 times that I most thoroughly enjoyed these women visually, and ironically, it was similar settings.
Okay.
For Stacey Dash, it was in Kanye West's video "All Falls Down."
Oh, yeah.
For Lark Voorhees, It was in Montel Jordan something for the honeys video.
Okay.
That's a good one. That's a
The
good
answer
one.
is yes, yo. But if I had to choose gun in my head, Lark Voorhees and that's something for the honeys. Maybe it was my age at
Lark.
that time. Yeah, Lark in that video was just like a different. I I
That was a
I
good
might
one.
get I might get misty eyed thinking about it. I used to love her in that video.
All right, Reggie, who you got?
Oh, it's Lark for me. It's Lark 40s for me. I mean,
I
it
couldn't
probably
guess
has something to
that.
do with yeah, it probably has something to do with my age. First
Yeah,
time I saw her, like those teenage crushes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, definitely. But
Was she in your
say,
top
say,
5, Reggie? In the TV Jones?
I don't believe so.
I
Yeah,
think
I
we
don't believe
mentioned
so.
her, but I don't think she was in
Yeah.
our list.
Yeah, but ours was, period.
Yeah.
Ours is period. Nah, I mean,
Hmm.
we all had Topanga on our list.
Oh yeah.
Don't forget Lark Voorhees in that on bended knee video too. Definitely a banger.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
With
yes,
those
yes.
She was a
stockings.
baddie.
She's a
Yeah,
baddie.
she was bad. She was.
She
Oh God, she's a
was
bad.
a baddie.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
great
She's had that.
episode, guys. James, close us out, man.
All right, listen, man. We appreciate y'all as always. Tune in every Thursday night on Reflex Radio. We're gonna get it together, man. We're gonna be on at 6. That's my bad. You know what I'm saying? But make sure you follow TBD the radio show on Instagram. In the link in the bio, we have our link tree. You can follow us on Facebook, X, YouTube, you name it, we on it. But more importantly, make sure y'all check out the episodes. But we appreciate y'all. Any final words from you, gentlemen?
I do want to give, I know it's Black History Month, but I do want to give a rest in peace shout out to Gene Hackman.
Oh,
Uh,
yo, and you know what? All right, we're gonna take that offline.
Yeah,
Rest in peace to Gene Hackman. But
we'll talk about that next week when we get more information.
yeah, I agree.
yeah,
Rest in peace to him, his wife,
His wife and the
and the
dog.
dog.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah. It's horrible. That's horrible. Yeah, we can definitely spend some time with Gene Hackman.
Yeah.
He one of those actors from the '80s that
Yeah.
was a staple. Was a staple.
Yeah.
Um,
Superman.
Yeah, I mean, for me, my last words is just in honor of Black History Month. I think we have to make sure that we keep Black History Month alive. I don't feel as though I've seen, and we didn't talk about Trump's ridiculous Black
Yeah.
History gala. It was just ridiculous. But I think that you know, we should not lose sight of why there was a Black History Month in the first place, and that's because our contributions to this country continue to be marginalized, whitewashed, and just stolen. We have to make sure that we keep these things alive because they are continuously being eroded.
Right.
Like my shirt says, war on justice, fists up. Gotta make sure that we continue to work that our parents, our grandparents, and all of our elders have fought and died for these rights that hopefully we don't take for granted.
Right.
So, and for the key, you sissies with the red, the black, and the green. Represent. All right.
Listen,
Let
I'm
me
A
get
black,
lot of
the
people
y'all.
gonna get
accent.
that. There's a lot of
I'm
people that
black,
are gonna get
y'all.
that.
I'm blackity black and I'm black, y'all. I'm
So
bliggity
listen,
black, y'all.
as always, man, we appreciate everybody that takes the time out to listen to us. You could be anywhere in the world, but you are here with us at this moment. So shout out to y'all. And yo, it's all TBD, baby. It's all TBD. Until next time.
Salute.
Salute.